Hey guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about budgeting, getting organized, and setting yourself up for the new year. This is exactly where my head's at, and I decided to kick off this channel. I know I've been neglecting it a little bit, but to kick off this channel with what I'm doing for my family right now as far as coming to organization, planning, and setting up for putting myself on the right track. So we decided as a family that we would try to initiate the cash envelope system. So I have the Budget Mom Planner, the Live Rich Planner, and I don't use it exactly the way that she intends it, but it works for me. And so I just wanted to walk you through the process just in case you want to get started as well. I'm going to link to these envelopes below. They're from Amazon. They're super duper cheap, and they come, I think, either in a 50 pack or a 100 pack. I'm not even sure. And there's plenty of different colors to choose from, so you can decide how many different categories that you'd like to track. For now, we have holiday, food, and I'm going to add a few more during this video because I just had a conversation with my husband, and we do need a few more categories for the end of the year. House, kids, gas, fun, miscellaneous, and the reason why I want to add more is because, here I'll show you what it is that you would purchase if you use the link below. You get this many, quite a few. So I'm going to add travel. We have a very big trip, which is probably not going to happen because of COVID, but we're going to plan for it anyway. And then medical. So I have 3 more coming up that I do want to plan for. So I'm just going to take those colors out and add them in with you guys. So I'm going to say travel, and the trip is really a Sweet 16 present. So I'm just going to write Sweet 16, and then I'm going to write medical. And what medical covers, all 5 of us wear glasses. 2 of my children wear contacts, and then we are going to also budget in co-pays throughout the year. So we'll think about on average, how many doctor visits do we have during the month, and we're going to divide that, add that up for the year, divide by 12, and that's what I'm going to figure out we have to save for per month. You'll say to yourself, but no one got sick in January. I ended up not spending anything. I didn't spend any dollars out of my medical cash envelope. I put $325 into my cash envelope and nobody got sick. Do I have to put the $325 into my cash envelope in February? And the answer is yes, because what we're trying to do here is when you get to June, for example, let's pretend June is when you pay for your 2 kids to get their contact lenses. That's $1,000 that has to come out of your pocket. So instead of you having to charge $1,000, by June, you are definitely going to have $1,000 in your cash envelope because you've been saving up for that big expense. And that's the way that these cash envelopes work. You don't look at an envelope and say, oh, thank goodness, I have money from last month and I don't have to put in this month because I already have enough and I'm just going to move forward and skip. You skip if you have to skip because you don't have any money to put in that month. That's life. That's most certainly 2020, right? But we do what we can. So the truth of the matter is, a little bit about my history, I don't have a salary where I get paid the same amount of money every single month. It will never be the same next month. It will never be the same last month. It's only the checks that have cleared. Even if I've earned it, even if I expect it, sometimes checks are late, sometimes checks are delayed. So even though I might be expecting a check because it's owed to me in 90 days, I don't necessarily get it because I am a contractor, which is very nerve-wracking. This is a very nerve-wracking life. I've lived this life for over 15 years. And so it's never really been an issue for me because I'm a high earner. And so my typical expenses are not something that I really have to worry about. But this particular year, 2020, it went a little lean. It changed. Things really slowed down. COVID really slowed me down. Other things that were happening in the world really changed my industry and really slowed down marketing. A lot of what I do is marketing and advertising. And so I've had to reassess everything that we do as a family. And I've had to just say, okay, we need to just really be a little bit smarter about the things that we're doing. And I would love to step into 2021 having a real grasp on everything that we spend. I've always wanted to do this. Even at the peak of my career, I've wanted to do this. You don't have to be at a certain level in your life to have control of your money. You should have control of your money no matter what point of your life you're in. That is ridiculous to assume that just because you're making money, you should spend it frivolously. That's nonsense. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It only matters how much money you have. So, I'll just tell you the truth. In 2019, I spent $20,000 on my family vacation. In 2020, I look back on that and I think to myself, that is utterly ridiculous. That is the most ridiculous thing that anybody can do. It wasn't a special vacation. It was just summer. It was a summer vacation. I took my children to Russia, Germany, Copenhagen, Denmark. We went to like 8 countries. Why? That's crazy. Now that I look back at it, I think it's absolutely insane. The way that I used to spend money was like, I don't even know, like it was coming off of a tree. And I will never live like that again. I will never live like that again. I don't even understand. Like this year has, I don't know, it's awoken me to realize that these things just don't, it's excessive and it's just unimportant. It was a wonderful experience. I don't want to take away from it. It was something we will never forget. But at the same time, my son was 6. So was it the time to do it? We should have did it when we were much older. We should have did it when he was 18 and he could really have, experienced it and retained it and gotten the full version of it. Not when he's 6 years old. It was just. I look back on a lot of things and I feel like I've grown as a person through this year, and I want to be a better mother. I want to be a better wife. I want to be a better person as a whole. And I feel like taking control of my finances will do that for my family. So let's just walk through my plan. So using this planner, and you don't have to use this planner. I don't work with this woman. This is not something that I'm telling you to do. I'm just telling you this is what I'm doing. So on one of her pages, she has a monthly expenses chart. And so I just wrote down the must-have expenses that I know I get slammed with. So obviously the mortgage, water, gas, electric, phone, etc., all the things that you know that you have to pay. Even my business tax, church, I have an IRA, streaming services, anything that you pay that you know you pay. I wrote it down here. There's a daily spending thing that I think I might start tracking come January 1, because I really would like to participate in no spending days, see how many of those I can, get through in a week's time. That would be really great. On the next page, I track our stocks. So one of the big things that we did this year, and I hope everyone tried to do this, is when the market crashed, we went in hard. We took a really big chance. We just, I can't even say it any other way. We just took a really big chance, took out everything that we owned, and we put it in the stock market. And we're actively following all of those stocks. And every month what I do is I put the new value. So I put the month before's value and then I put the current month's value. So I like to see hopefully a gain. So that's this page, and I try to track as much as I can regarding that stock. And then I also on this page, but I need my husband to help me to do this because I missed last month. We have all our separate 401s, IRAs, etc. So this is basically our savings plan, retirement plan page. The next page is the representation of the cash envelope. So I like to show what we put away per week. So I have my categories. So it's food, fun, gas, miscellaneous, house, kids, holiday, and I'm gonna write in my travel, Sweet 16, and medical. And again, I had myself slated at $500 a week for all of this stuff, but now that I've added travel, Sweet 16, and medical, this is definitely going to increase, because we said medical was 300 and I believe it was like 36 or something along those lines, 325, and Sweet 16 I was thinking $250, and travel I'm not really sure, maybe $150, something along those lines. So suddenly this is looking more like over $1,000 a week we're going to apply towards our budget. But we have a big trip that we're trying to save for, and we have a big medical expense as far as the contacts and the eyeglasses that are concerned. 5 people in eyeglasses plus 2 contacts. It's overwhelming. We paid that all last month at once, and I really don't want to do that again. I would like to try to spread that out over 12. So I have to make sure I'm doing that math right. I wish I had my calculator. Okay, so then there's a weekly view. So there's a 2-sided weekly view, and what I like to do is I like to mark my last month's earnings and my this month's earnings. And it's just split out by money that's come in from PayPal and money that's come in from my bank account. And so that's very simple. I just check at the end of the month, I do payment received, and then I jot everything down. And I don't do it by earned, I do it by received. So it's a lot easier, because all I have to do is just check the statements online. And then that gives me an understanding of how much I made the month before and how much I made the month of. The next page is personal planning. So you could do meal planning or something regarding the house. I choose to do this related to business. So I have monthly business expenses that come out that particular month. So if there's something that's an annual fee that gets charged to my business in that particular month, I log it in. I also list, I remind myself and I rewrite the places that I go to find work. It's just a great reference place for me to go to, and it gives me a reminder to just keep referencing those places. The next place is a list of annual expenses that I have to try to remember. We're still working on this to figure out if any of them can go into a new envelope or fall within one of the existing envelopes. So for example, for house, this is also including our filters that we need, things like that. What are some of the annual expenses that we pay for on a regular basis, and how can we lump sum them into the cash envelopes that we are holding on to? So let's go over the amounts now. So here are my cash envelope amounts. So for kids, I just have $25 a week. I know that seems like a little, and it's just something for me to put away for the month. So it comes out to about $100 or $125 a week, that should they need something, I have it to the side. Like if they go to town, my kids like to go to town and hang out with their friends. We give them $10 to go get a slice of pizza. That's once a week. That's pretty much what that is. We just like to set it aside. Gas is $20, so it's $100 a week. We don't go anywhere. So fun is $50 a week. So that's either $200 or $250 a month, depending on how long the month is. This is really if we go out to eat for lunch on the weekends. We usually see my mom, so my mom normally treats, to be honest with you. She comes every other weekend, so we really only have to pay for 2 weeks out of the month. So $250 for the month. To go out for lunch for a family of 5, I think we're good with that. Miscellaneous is $50 a week. again, I think this is just that extra stuff, whatever happens to come up. My husband had to buy some ties for the back of the fence, things like that. That's where this might come out, or that actually might come out from the house budget, which I made $125 a week, because that, there's always something going on with the house, and I just wanted to make sure that we were covered with this. So $125 a week for any sort of thing that is happening with the house. Neighbors moving, and she gave me these like huge plants. I had to go buy pots to put the plants in. They were $25 each. Stuff like that, unexpected. I really wasn't planning on doing that, but that I want to be prepared for. So food, this is, a lot of people fight about food. Now I put $200 a week. I'm a family of 5. I know a lot of people do $100 a week for a family of 5. God bless you. God bless you. I can do it. It's not like I can't do it. I've actually did it. I've done it for a very long time last year. I was $100ing a week and I just wasn't happy, all right? I need my Cool Whip, and I need my cinnamon buns in the morning. And like I said, I don't buy myself anything. Like, I'm just not, I'm like literally, what am I wearing right now? I'm in like sweatpants. I look like a mess, okay? Like, this is who I am as a person. Leave me alone with my cinnamon bun and my almond milk, all right? I just want my food. So please let me just have my food. And I just want to eat what I want to eat, and I don't want to be judged on my $200, all right? So the travel, I'm not even sure I want to do this now that I'm thinking about it out loud, because oddly, the Sweet 16 gift, which is the real gift, is the travel. So maybe I'm not going to make this travel, but instead, I'm gonna make this communion and confirmation, because we have 2 big religious ceremonies coming up. This is a huge year for big events, and you should have, if you're trying to save up for big events, this is an easy way to sort of physically see a representation of that. I have in May a communion, and then I have in September, October, my confirmation. And so I might do this instead. They're going to be very small gatherings, if allowed, just the parents, but we still need to, allot money for that. And instead of having to pay for all of it at once, we can start saving for it a couple of $100 a month and try to make the best out of that. So we have our Sweet 16, the medical, like we said, and then for holiday, I kept it really simple, $25 a week. Now, what I did with this is, for example, New Year's is Chinese food in my house. We don't really do anything spectacular for New Year's Eve. Valentine's Day, again, I just buy from the dollar store. I get a couple of hearts. They get a couple of candies from the dollar store, and then that's really basically it. You go to St. Patrick's Day, same scenario. I'm maybe spending $30, $35 per holiday for Valentine's Day, New Year's, Easter, you go on. And so I'm going to save $75 every month when it comes to those type of holidays. My goal is I'll be saving. And then once I get to Christmas, I'll have almost $1,000 in my envelope that I can use to pay for all of my Christmas presents. Now, if you want more than $1,000, if you want to have $2,000 for your Christmas because you have 3 or 4 kids and you like to go big on Christmas, then, don't save $25 a week, save $50 a week, and then you can save yourself some trouble. But for us, I thought $25 a week would be good, and it would also cover everybody's sort of silly holiday thing that I do at the dollar store, and then also give me that $1,000 that I need at the end of the year to take care of Christmas. Long video, but I just wanted to give you an idea about what I was doing to try my hardest to get everybody on a cash budget, and what we're also doing. So Our Verizon bill, you know, our gas bill, electric bill, those are all going on the credit card. So those are not things that we're going to pay with cash, obviously. But the things that we, like, you know, if I mean, I don't really get my nails done anymore, but if I were to go get my nails done, I would just clearly pay that with cash from miscellaneous or something like that. Anything that we do, like if I go get a Dunkin' Donuts coffee or tea, I would take that from food, or I would take that from miscellaneous, or I would take that from fun. I would have to decide which category that's from. I wouldn't charge that. So the things that are extra, the things that are not concrete repeat bills, are going to be cash. And then the things that are repeat, automated, like, yeah, whatever, just charge it on the card. We know this bill is coming and we get points because it's on the credit card and we have that taken care of. That's fine. I don't mind actually charging those type of things, but the things I don't want to charge anymore are the extra stuff. The thing I don't want to charge anymore is when you go to Target and you're going there just to get some bread, and then you walk out with $400 worth of stuff. No, I want you to go for bread and I'm giving you $4 and I want you to bring me back change. Not, oh, and then I also picked up this, and then he wanted a new comforter, and then she was there and she said she needed new markers, and then. That's our whole life. My whole life is utter nonsense. We just literally cleaned out the basement, and I cannot tell you the amount of stuff that we found that I just said, what a shame. What a shame. And I don't want to live that way anymore. I'm not becoming a minimalist, but I have found that as I age, stuff gives me anxiety. And I mean that. I don't mean that like in a silly way. Like, I'm not like using the term for sympathy or excessively or trying to just be funny, or I don't even know what. I actually mean I get anxiety when I see clutter, too much stuff. Even Christmas, like I love Christmas, I love the holiday. I'm super religious. I'm not saying anything against the holiday. That's not what I mean. But like, this isn't Christmas, right? Like, this is my mother's gifts. This is not everything my children are getting. This is my whole family has already dropped off the gifts. So this is not me. I did not buy these gifts. But my point is, all of this stuff, like I would just have like a nativity set and be done with it. I don't need all of this anymore. I've reached that point in my life where stuff is suffocating. And I don't know why. I don't know why that has happened to me. Like, I could start crying right now. Like, it's like too much. And so I figured that if I did this, if I started with a cash budget, it would seriously stop us from bringing in any more stuff into the house, and it would stop us from giving me more anxiety. Is this crazy? Am I losing my mind? I don't know, maybe. But I don't want to have any more anxiety. I can't see any more things come into my house that make me ill. So I'm trying to find peace, and I'm trying to find calmness, and I'm trying to find a solution that will bring order to my house. And I'm feeling that this cash system and knowing where my money goes and knowing where we spend our money and calming down the abuse of our finances is going to help with that. And also the ordering out, which is a lot on me because I'm the cook. So, you know, I'll work a whole day and then I run out of steam. And so part of all of this is also me getting on top of meal planning and figuring out easier meals and not always feeling like I have to be this like amazing cook, this Pinterest chef. Like, no, you just need to feed your children. Is it sandwiches? Because that works too. It doesn't have to be this like 5-star Michelin meal here. Like lady, just feed your kids. Is it buttered pasta tonight because that's all you can muster up because you're exhausted? Then it's buttered pasta. I need to manage that too because I have too much expectation for myself as a mom, which is also suffocating. So I have a lot to, this is like therapy. I have a lot to get through, and I'm going to get through it. So I'm going to get through my meal planning. I'm going to figure out how to calmly feed my children. I'm going to get through our money and not bring any more stuff into our house because I want order and calmness. And we're going to get on a budget, and we're not going to spend more than we don't need to because these things do not define us. And that is my video for this channel that I have not done on this channel for a very long time. I hope it has inspired you to just take a look at the way you're spending and take a look at what commercialism is trying to define us, and take a look at the way society and social media wants you to feel when you have things, and realize that that is not at all what fills you whole, and figure out new ways to fill yourself whole. So that's all. I hope everyone's having a great day, and until next time, I'm going to keep you updated. I'm really excited about this. We've already kicked it off, but we're really kicking it off January 1st. So I hope to have an update for you soon.